It's finally here. The Royal Rumble is right around the corner. Saturday, we finally get the best event of the year besides WrestleMania, and that's the Royal Rumble. I'm so excited. Let's get into some predictions. And if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'd love to have you guys here. And yeah, my name's Andrew. This is What's Good in Wrestling, and let's get right into this video. So let's kick off this predictions video with the United States Championship match, and that's going to be Logan Paul, the Maverick, against Kevin Owens. And this is going to be a good match. Look, for whatever your opinion is on Logan Paul, right? Since he's come into the WWE, he's done a pretty good job, starting off with his feud against the Mysterios with The Miz and moving on to a feud with The Miz after that skull-crushing finale at WrestleMania. Logan's done a lot of good work, progressively getting better, getting himself into a Universal WWE World Heavyweight Championship match against Roman Reigns, and he's done some really good stuff, and he's pulled off some pretty good moves. He's had some moments in the Rumble as well. I don't know if he's going to enter this Rumble, but this is going to be a good match. And of course, on the other side, you've got Kevin Owens, one of the best in the business, not just in the ring, but on the microphone. Really solid guy, too. I've actually met him. Maybe I'll do a story time video on that if you guys are interested. But it's looking like Logan Paul is more than likely carrying this United States Championship into WrestleMania to ultimately lose to one of the bigger baby faces on the roster. It could be LA Knight, could be Jey Uso. So I have to predict Logan Paul winning this match. Now, I have a feeling they're going to go along the lines of, well, Kevin Owens, you know, with the cast. I don't know if he's going to be wearing it, but I'm sure Logan's going to pull off the brass knucks move again and potentially just say that he was evening the odds or some crazy thing like that. Maybe he'll have the knucks underneath his tape on his hands or something. Maybe they'll do something like that, but I don't think he's going to be beating Kevin Owens clean, but I do imagine that Logan Paul is going to be winning this match. So I have to pick him, even though I'm a huge Kevin Owens guy. One of my favorite wrestlers. Got many of his merch, t-shirts, figures. I just got to choose the Maverick, Logan Paul, as the winner and retaining the United States Championship. The next match is an absolute banger. We're getting an absolute huge match here, and we'll get to the Rumble matches later, but this is the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Universal Championship, the Universal Heavyweight Championship, however it's going to be called now. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah, this is huge. This is 4 of the best in WWE right now, in the past, and just in general in wrestling history. We've got over talent. We've got great in-ring workers. We've got guys that are good on the microphone, guys that can talk in the ring and talk their ish, like LA Knight, Randy, Roman, AJ Styles. This is crazy. We've got a very, very good Fatal 4-Way match here, but we do know the outcome, okay? We ultimately know that at the end of the night, they want Roman Reigns to be retaining this title because there's too many storylines in the WWE Men's Royal Rumble that have to do with that undisputed WWE Universal Championship, because we'll get to it later, but you've got some pretty big names in there that are gunning for that championship and just make the most sense to happen at WrestleMania. And who knows, they might want Roman to keep that title after WrestleMania. But if we're going superstar, oh my goodness, I can't even speak today. If we're going superstar by superstar, there we go. Good thing I'm not on the mic there, because Cena would look at me and go, "Spit it out, kid. It's a promo. You're gonna have to learn how to do one of those." Roman, the champion. Well, actually, you know what? We'll do him last. Let's go. LA Knight. LA Knight has been so over for a long time, and he's deservedly got himself into the main event picture. He's gotten himself into these big matches, and he's got another chance at the championship. But I have a really bad feeling that LA Knight is going to ultimately be eating the pin in this match. I think that they're trying to build up the other guys so that way they don't lose very many matches. I don't think it's going to matter for LA Knight, but I think ultimately he'll eat the pin if I was to make a prediction. Unless they're trying to do a storyline where Randy is going to end up facing like Solo or Jimmy at WrestleMania, which again, I don't really think that's the case. Maybe AJ, same thing, but I think LA is probably eating the pin in this match. But LA Knight should be in this match. I do ultimately think he'll go on to WrestleMania to fight for one of the mid-card titles, more than likely the US Championship. So LA Knight, I just can't see him winning. AJ Styles, AJ Styles, you got to do that AJ Styles thing. I do that all the time. Like when I'm watching, come on, you have to do it, right? Listen, I love AJ Styles. I don't know what they're doing with his character a little bit right now. I do like that he's by himself. I don't mind the OC, but Michin, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, it just doesn't work for me. So I am happy to see AJ back in this spot, back in the main event picture, back in the WWE because he was off for so long. I don't think he's winning this one. They have to find something good for him in the near future because with Roman continually having this championship, a lot of guys that you would have thought would come back and face Roman on a one-on-one feud haven't been getting those opportunities. So hopefully AJ Styles is back in that main event picture very soon as some of these other stories are done, because I don't want them to waste the last years that we have of the phenomenal AJ Styles. So I just don't see him winning. But then we move on to Randy Orton. And if there was anybody that I thought could win this match, it would be Randy, because there's been hints and teases of WWE wanting either Orton or Cena to potentially break Ric Flair's record. If WWE didn't want it to happen, then they probably wouldn't keep featuring these guys in high-profile matches and in the main event picture, because you do know that one day, because Cena has said that he's only got a few years left, you're ultimately going to have one of these guys win this championship. And I think it's probably more likely that it's Randy Orton, but I would like to see Cena and Orton both pass that record and maybe potentially just be tied at the top. But again, I do want to see Randy win this title again. I just don't think it's going to happen. I do like the fact that he's right back in the main event picture because he's one of the GOATs. Like, he's literally one of the greatest of all time. And some people could argue he is the GOAT, and I would definitely listen to that. He's not winning, but I do think that his time in the main event picture is far from over. But the guy that's going to retain, Roman Reigns, is ultimately winning this. Like I said before, they want him to march into WrestleMania with that championship, and there's a good chance he's going to hold it after WrestleMania. We'll have to get to the Royal Rumble because there's a few things that have to do with this match, but Roman Reigns is ultimately going to be retaining, and it's got to happen. The story or whoever is going to win at the Royal Rumble or whatever, it has to finish at WrestleMania. You can't drop this title anywhere else at this point because it's too monumental. So Roman Reigns to retain in that fatal four-way match. Next up is the first of two Royal Rumble matches, and that's the Women's Rumble. I believe that this match likely opens the card. Maybe you go with the Logan Paul, Kevin Owens match first, but then the Women's Royal Rumble. I like when they start and finish with the Rumbles because it gets you with that huge excitement right off the beginning, but then at the end you also get that huge finish. So I do hope that we get the first and last again, but because I don't want back-to-back matches of the Rumbles, but it would just be cool if this match does open. But the Women's Rumble should be very interesting. Again, a lot of storylines going into this one. I think ultimately if I was to pick who I think are competitors that could win this match, I mentioned it in another video, so please go watch that one. I'd greatly appreciate it. But I mentioned names like Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan, and I also mentioned the person that I ultimately think will win the match, and that's Bayley. And I think Bayley's going to win this match because there's too much going on storyline-wise right now. Damage Control has been a big part of the WWE Women's Division for quite some time now, and Bayley deserves it. She's been really kicking ass. She's been putting in good work. She can talk. She can work as a heel. She can work as a babyface. And I believe that this whole Damage Control thing might come to a head at the Rumble and in the Rumble, because the rumors are that Dakota Kai is going to be coming back. Now, another name that's attached to both of Bayley is Mercedes Moné. So is Sasha Banks going to be coming back? Because that could throw a wrench into this as well. If you have Sasha come back, do you have her win the Rumble? I doubt it, but it's definitely a possibility. Naomi could be thrown in there. She's tied to them as well. There's a lot of good names, but I think that Bayley's probably getting turned on, and she's ultimately going to still get rid of them in the Rumble. But if she doesn't win, I think it opens up the floor to so many different possibilities, especially if a girl like Sasha Banks comes back, because you could have her win that. If WWE's big pitch to her is, look, you're going to come back. If you want to come back, we'll have you win the Royal Rumble and you'll main event WrestleMania, like one of the main events, I guess, like a co-main with like Punk and Seth or whoever else is going to be in that spot, maybe Gunther according to Sports Illustrated. But we'll have to see. And by the way, I don't believe all that Sports Illustrated stuff. We could get to that in another video. But I do think Bayley's winning this match. So if I was going to predict it, I would say Bayley. Last but certainly not least, the match that everybody's waiting for. And that's the men's WWE 30-man Royal Rumble match. This is going to be so much fun. There's endless possibilities, so many surprises that could happen. We might see a Rey Mysterio return. We might see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Some people are saying Hulk Hogan. I don't really want to see Hulk Hogan, but if we did, it's whatever. We might see CM Punk win the Rumble. We might see Cody Rhodes win the Rumble. I mean, Sami Zayn's been off TV for a while. I seen him at the WWE Live event in December, but he might come back. Jey Uso might be in this match. There's so many possibilities. Will we see the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes go back to back? I'm not too sure, but there's so many different things that are attached to the Fatal 4-Way match. There's things attached even to the United States Championship match. Even hell, to every match that's going on lately, there's so many bits and pieces of it that you go, oh my God, does that mean this guy's winning the Rumble? Oh my God, why did this happen? He must be winning. So there's so many possibilities. Gunther has a big chance to win because of the Seth Rollins stuff that's going on right now. But ultimately, if I was to make a prediction, I'm going to say Cody Rhodes goes back to back. And as of a few days ago, when I was talking about the men's Rumble, I said CM Punk is probably winning this match. But I'm just going to go with my gut. Because in my head and in my heart, I'm thinking that CM Punk is going to win. But in my heart as well, and what I want to happen a little bit is Cody Rhodes going back to back. So I feel like I have to predict Cody winning back-to-back Rumbles. Even though I'm not a huge fan of that, I do think that if you definitely want Cody in that main event and you're building up the star of Cody Rhodes, you have him go back to back. But the storyline and what everybody's thinking is that CM Punk is the one that's going to ultimately win this match. Now, a wrench might be thrown into all of this if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes out and tosses everybody out and wins the match. Maybe same thing with Gunther, because those two are the ones that could potentially throw a wrench into things. Hell, some people say Sami Zayn. Some people say Jey Uso. There's a lot of possibilities. But if I'm going to make my prediction, I'm going to say Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, going back to back, and we will be on the road to WrestleMania. So I want you guys to join in on the conversation. Let me know down below who is going to win the Royal Rumble. In the men's, in the women's, who's winning that United States Championship match? Who's winning that Fatal 4-Way for the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Just let me know. I want to know from you, from what you guys are thinking. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. It's Rumble season, the best season. It's so much fun. If you guys are new here, like, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. That's what's good in wrestling. I'm Andrew, and I'll see you guys at the Royal Rumble.